We are podcastvideos.com. Our goal is to educate, enlighten, engage, and entertain. We believe in the power of love and transformation through storytelling.
Welcome back to Story Scaling, and we have a special edition for you today. I'm Dan Kraft. I'm the editorial director here and occasional host when Bang is not available. And of course, I'm here with Brooke Galligan.
Yes.
Who is officially the director of studio innovation.
Yes.
Which basically means you get to play with all the toys.
I get to play with all the toys. I have a lot of toys here.
You do.
All of them we had in-house. But
unless I go on vacation, in which case most of the toys apparently end up on my desk until the day before I get back.
I just piled them up and then I move them as we need to. But yeah.
So, but we're here today to talk Christmas lists.
Yeah.
Not for you.
Not for me, no.
Not for me.
Not for you.
For you.
Oh.
And for anybody on your Christmas list who might want to start a podcast but needs the gear.
Yes. All right.
We've got some pretty high-end stuff here, but we also know what some of the better stuff is in the beginner level. You know, not everybody needs to go full pro right off the bat. Let's see what we're talking about. The basics here. You've got cameras, mics.
Mm-hmm. Mixer.
A mixer, okay.
Mm-hmm. Lights.
Lighting.
AI tools to help you edit and enhance all your audio and things like that.
A toy that lives in your computer, yes, okay.
Yes, and kits. If you want to just go ahead. If you don't want to do the thinking, there's sites that have kits for you. You can go and find the best kits.
Where you don't have to pick and choose and build it yourself.
It just said starter kit. And you're like, cool, that.
And of course, there's going to be random cables and whatnot to be.
Yep. Hopefully that's in the kit, right?
Okay.
But yeah.
So somebody on their list wants to get into podcasting. Let's go with the basics real quick. A mic, a camera, a mixer.
Yeah.
Lighting is something you can do with a whole bunch of things. Your basic ring light is pretty versatile.
Window's always the best. Natural light. So, and you got to put the light in front of you so it's shining on your face instead of behind you where it's like shining onto where it makes you look very dark. So you want to make sure that the light is coming and facing onto your face, and the natural light's always the best. That's
unless you're in the witness protection program, in which case reverse that.
Yep. And then no one wants to see you. But if you want the world to see you and hear all of your wonderful thoughts, you want the light coming onto you, on your face and not away from your face. So windows the best thing. But if you don't have any windows for some unknown reason, you can get ring lights, like just an easy, quick ring light's easy to go.
And there's a bunch of those you can hook the brands, whatever. You can hook your cell phone to it. You can put a bigger camera right through the middle of it.
Yep.
They're pretty versatile.
Yep. Ring lights are great.
Whatever fits your budget should be just fine for a starter kit.
Yeah. The one thing to look out for is get a light where you can change. It's called the Kelvin scale, so you can change the temperature of the light, and that will be able to change
the warmth and the tone and the harshness or warmth of the light.
Yeah. You just want to make sure, and if you can't, you just want to make sure you know what that color is, so you can change your camera to that. So you want to make sure that your camera and your light match, or else it will look weird.
You look like a zombie or
the opposite. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the light is pretty basic. Whatever brand, whatever style works for you, for your budget, for your placement, go with that. The mics.
So top of the line, these are the top of the line mics. These are the Shure, the SM7Bs, and this one is even the DB, so it's even more expensive. So those mics are the greatest. They're really great. What's awesome about right now is we haven't got to Black Friday yet, so there's gonna be Black Friday sales, which means they're gonna drop the prices for stuff like this. These mics normally go for about like $349. But I've already seen some Black Friday sales where they're as low as like $149. So if you want to try to get something, even if you're already into podcasting and you want to try to level up, Black Friday is a perfect time to do that because you can get really nice equipment for like a quarter of the cost. So.
Okay, but if they're not ready to spend this much, do we have a starter mic recommendation where somebody wants a sub $100 set?
So there's a couple mics. If you want to do more of the single person one, there's I've seen the Rode NT USB Mini USB, and that's a $99 mic. It's really great. You can hook it up to your computer. You can hook it up to the mixer, but you can basically hook it up to whatever device you're using to record. And then, you can just use that, and it's supposed to be a really nice mic, really good quality. And then what I also like is if you're trying to not have to use this mixer, which we'll talk about in a minute, there's these wireless mics. I'm putting it next to the mic. This is a satisfying sound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. All right.
It really is.
Yeah, that
Whoever
was fun.
invented Velcro is awesome.
Yeah. So these mics, these are the Rode Wireless Go 2. And so it comes with a transmitter, which is this,
Okay.
and then 2 wireless mics. You'll even have these little wind screens if you're going to go outside, which makes it look like it gives it like a little furry hat.
I think I have a fishing lure that looks just like that.
Yeah, and so, but you can go. Those are the best. Like those are really easy to use. I see them a lot.
And this is the mic right here.
Mic, yeah, and you can just literally stick it right here. Yeah, stick it anywhere. You can face it out. You can face it in. But I've seen them used either way. They're really versatile and great. They're super easy to use, and it just really elevates the sound. It basically takes it from being like on a computer mic or like a cell phone mic, and it just really makes it easy. I see these all the time on like TikTok and stuff.
And this is a slightly smaller version of what you would see in like a TV news studio.
Yeah.
A wireless mic. You're not running cords to mixers. This is a, you wear the mic.
Yeah,
The other end is
transmitter,
all
yeah.
sitting at
And
the
then
mixer.
yeah, there is no mixer for this. These plug right into your cell phone. Like yeah,
Okay.
you can just this one like these mics. You'll skip the whole mixer thing, so you won't have to deal with it, and it'll be great. You can plug it. It should plug directly into pretty much any camera that has that kind of output. That cord is specifically for a cell phone. So those are really great if you're going to do cell phone stuff. And so,
You can just dump it into the web somewhere and then use a software editing to tweak whatever you want
and
to.
what's great is that when you plug it into your cell phone or you plug it into like a camera, you can the audio and the video are synced when they come off the camera. So that's one less step that you have to do.
We've heard Brooke say that a lot lately. The
Yes.
audio and the video need to be synced.
They need to be synced and they're together, and it makes your editing, it makes everything really easy. And so I always recommend that stuff.
Okay. So far we've got the Shure SM7B mics, which are the higher end stuff. And there's also Rode makes a $99 mic. We'll get
Another
that.
USB mic.
These also are, of course, Rode on the wireless mics. Another
Rode.
pretty popular company. Both of these companies are pretty well-known names in podcasting and audio world.
Yeah, and what's great, and these pair too, so you can pair the wireless goes to a Rodecaster mixer, but you can, because what's great is these are wireless, and they can pair, they can Bluetooth to anything that you want to put them in, but the easiest thing is just plug it in your cell phone, and then you can be on the road, on the go, doing whatever you want, and you got audio that sounds good.
And again, this is for beginning podcasters. There are higher end solutions to some of this, but it's
people use these all the time.
yeah. These are a relatively low cost, low barrier to entry.
I'm like, oh yeah, the cost. These go for $242, but you get 2 mics. So this is basically, these things. If you're gonna have a guest that's near you, you're gonna have to pay $349 each. While this one's $242 for the whole kit. So.
Got it.
So that it's a lot of bang for your buck, and I really love them. Then we have for the mixer. So if you're going to use something like this, they've got these big XLR cables, and they plug into the back of this mixer.
And this happens to be another Rode product.
Is that a Rode product?
This is one we actually stole from one of our own studios across the hall. This one is the Rodecaster Duo.
Duo, yeah.
Which is the smaller of the versions we use. It's a 4-channel set?
No, so this one only has on the XLRs, it's got 2. So you can plug in 2 mics, so your 2 SMBs or whatever. But you can also Bluetooth or wireless in some of these mics, so you can have up to 4 tracks.
Okay.
But with XLR cables and XLR mics, you can only have 2 in there. So, but still, these things, this is a really great starter mixer if you're really trying to get into that like high end audio. You can, because like you can go in and customize a lot of things, like the sound of your voice, and just make yourself sound perfect. There's like the polish and things like that.
You can adjust your levels. You can add some sound effects even.
The little buttons all come with pre-made sound effects. You can add your own sound effects, which I loved doing when we did it in the old studio. We got away from that because the Roadcasters are not in our studios anymore, so you can't have on-demand sound effects. But they're really fun. They're really fun to mess with and really fun.
Now, there are several other companies that make a version of this level. There are also some even more basic ones out there, including some portable ones that aren't a whole lot bigger than these wireless mics. They're quite a bit more basic. But these run...
That is $499 for Black Friday. And there's also another one that I found. It is the Mackie 402 VL7 or VLZ4 4-channel. So basically, look for Mackie products, MACKIE. But there's another little. It's another 4-channel mixer, and it's $110. So that might be another way to go if you're not ready to invest in Rode all the way. So
okay, and that gets you everything you need for the audio side of things. Yeah. But obviously, we like video too.
Video podcasting, yes.
So, we're recording all the wonderful voice and the audio and the sounds. What do we do about cameras?
So the easiest thing to do is use your cell phone. So cell phones have amazing cameras. You can literally like hook your cell phone up. There's like we have this thing. It's from Rode again. We love Rode. So we have this vlogger kit. So put that over there. Yeah. And it comes with a lot of stuff, and you can literally, it's like made to hook your cell phone up to it. And so that really helps. That like starts everything. Basically, you'll set the stand up. There's a light. I recommend window and natural light, because that light is like looking at the sun, and it only turns on at full power when you're looking at it. So the light's very bright, but but everything else in this thing is really, really great. You can plug your cell phone into the wireless. You can have 2 people, and just have them either, you're going to have 2 cell phones. You can have you guys next to each other, however you guys want to cut it up. That's fine. But cell phones are the easiest way.
For a starter kit, this is the easiest way to jump.
It's the easy way, yeah.
You've already got one in your pocket. The camera is pretty decent these days, even on a lower end phone. So
yep. And if you're trying to do like gaming videos or something like that, an external webcam, Logitech makes a good one. You can put a webcam. You can put all of the audio that comes in from these mixers into your computer, and you can mash everything together in there, even with something like OBS. Or if you want to do something just really simple, you can just record everything separately, and then mash it together and editing in post. So, but there's just a lot of really easy ways to do it where you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on cameras. But
the cameras can be really expensive, particularly for the 4K stuff.
Yes.
We have one mounted behind you, and I shudder to think what it costs, because it's probably more than all the other cameras we have in this room just for that one.
No. It's not
not quite that bad?
No, yeah. I mean, it's still, there's the camera. What the kicker when you're getting into like 4K and like real cameras is you have the camera body, and then you have to get the camera lens. And so then you have to not only research what it takes to, what camera you want, you have to research what lens you want.
And you've got to have the horsepower in your computer to handle the 4K files that are a lot bigger.
Yeah, the 4K, yeah.
4K is not necessarily what we'd recommend for beginners.
Definitely not.
It takes a lot more.
Yeah, and because everything else is 1080.
What we do have sitting there is a 1080 though, right?
Yes. So what we have, this is another one that we have, is the Logitech Mevo Starts.
And this is actually what we are looking at to see you while you look at this, seeing us.
Yes. Those start at $399 before Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really simple to use. They're USB, and it's very simple. So,
and this is probably in the right price range for what we would call a starter camera. It's going to be a step up from your cell phone, but it's not jumping into the realm of 4K price.
Yeah, and you can use it as basically like an external webcam that's over your computer, and then you can also take it on the road. You can kind of take it. You can probably even put it on like a on one of those tripods. Do you want to hand it to me?
Yeah.
Give me the tripod. Let's see. Yeah, you can. Now that I'm thinking about it. All you need is you can get one of these like pocket tripods, and it just screws in right there.
Oh, okay.
See, yeah.
Screw it in.
And
And now we've got ours here in the studio hardwired, but these record to a USB that's in the camera body, or into an SD card that's in the camera body itself. So you can pull that SD card and put it into your phone, your computer, wherever you're dropping the info.
And it wirelessly connects.
You can
Vivo
also
has a really great multicam app, so you can kind of see what's going on. You can control a lot from this Mevo multicam app. Mevo also has another great app. You have to basically have the app to get in and change any of the controls, but there is a lot. You do have a lot of control over what that camera sees and what it's doing. But you have to have the Mevo app. It connects wirelessly. And as long as you have a really good wireless connection, it does great. And then you can also attach it to the Ethernet, but you have to get a special Ethernet adapter, which are not cheap either. So I recommend, if you're not going to do like a lot of cameras, just wireless.
And you said price point roughly $400 for the camera, and there's also other manufacturers out there within the same kind of price range that offer similar products. There would be a step up maybe from your phone, but we still consider them beginner level compared to the expensive body and lens 4K stuff.
Yep. If you want to go, if you're trying to get into film making, really like serious podcasting, things like that, the Panasonic Lumix G7, it's a 4K camera, and it's really, really good. That one is like $2,199. So you got to really be, there's a lot more you
Somebody
can do
had
with it
to
as well.
have been a really, really good kid that year to get.
Yes, for sure. Yes. Also, I mean, you can do, that's someone that's really not just wanting to get into podcasting, but wanting to get into filmmaking and things like that. This is a really great camera. And if they have a lot of really good lenses that pair with it, but those are good long form.
But those are also several $100s
Oh,
a piece
sure.
on top of the camera body.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's scratch that from the whole beginner idea. That's a step above.
If you got the cash, go for it, man.
Now, we can't really show it very effectively, but eventually you've got to take all of these audio and video files and stick them through something, software, to edit it and get your finished products out.
Yeah.
Some of these, there are free options out there on the internet. There are basic options. There are some more advanced options. There's not a real great beginner in here. There's free, and then there's pretty expensive editing software.
Well, not really. I mean, so there's a couple things that I've noticed. Podcastle is there. They have a free option where you can sign up, and they also will let you do. There's a lot of things that you can do within that platform. You can enhance the audio. You can edit the video in there. You can do multicam, remote cams. So like if you're like the guest you're wanting to interview isn't anywhere near you, and they're in a different state. Podcastle will allow you to like remote connect with them with up to 10 different angles. And then within Podcastle, you can actually edit and make everything look really nice. And then they have a lot of really cool audio enhancements that you can do, which makes everything sound great. So Podcastle is definitely one of those. There's a lot of other softwares out there that are just that can help you basically edit the video yourself. Like there's Descript, which basically makes a transcript, and you edit from the words and not from the
old
video side.
Me loves that approach.
Yeah, and there's
Very
a lot of stuff out there that really will help you on the editing side. And then there's a program called DaVinci, which is basically like a Premiere Pro, except it's free. So
sure, yeah. I guess what we're saying is there is the Adobe Premiere Pro, but again, that works for everybody up to like Scorsese.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap, but there are plenty of options out there.
But if you have
if you have basic needs, there's some pretty cool editing tools out there.
But Adobe, I'll give Adobe a shout out because they have a lot of really great AI tools. Adobe has Adobe Podcasts. They have that enhanced speech, which is and that's a free pro thing that should be still free. That's in beta right now. We also, Adobe, if you have a .edu email, then and you are a student, you can get a student discount. And so it like cuts that price into a fraction.
Okay, so depending on who's on your list, check their email.
If you're a student and you're going to be a student for a while, Adobe, just getting the whole Creative Cloud. They also have, you can always get just Premiere. But if you're going to be editing anything like a podcast, you're going to want Premiere, Audition, and Photoshop. So those are the big ones.
Okay. You know, it's also a great Christmas gift for the aspiring podcaster is some sort of a subscription to come in and spend some time here in the podcast videos
That'd be great.
studio.
Yeah, a gift card. Yeah. Cut all of the tech side out of it and just come talk for, fun. So
And
that'll
then
be
we
great.
handle the editing, we handle the distribution if you want,
Yeah.
the social media clips. You don't have to worry about which camera you're buying because we've already got it.
We already got it. Yeah. So
Good
yeah.
deal. Well, I think that about wraps up. We've spent plenty of other people's money in our own heads right now.
Oh yeah. This would be great. I know. I don't want to show my son because then he's gonna want like all this.
No, that's ours.
I know.
He doesn't get it.
Yeah, fine. We can borrow it.
Wyatt gets what Wyatt wants.
Yeah. We'll have to bring him in here. So yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that is our Christmas list for the aspiring podcaster. Whether it's you writing these things down and saying, "Hey, Mom, Dad, Grandma, I don't know, whoever, I want to be a podcaster," or whether there's somebody on your list who has mentioned it, we've got some ideas for what you might want to stick in their stocking.
Yeah.
So for sticking in the stocking for story scaling.
Wow, I'll say that 5 times fast.
Nope. I barely got it out once. Happy holidays. Have fun shopping. Black Friday deals. Remember, you don't necessarily have to go get knocked over in a crowd rush anymore.
No, just go online.
Mm-hmm. So, but I'm Dan Kraft. That's Brooke Galligan, and this has been Story Scaling. Happy holidays.